A life cut short, Genesis Rincon, and the day tragedy struck, a day that would forever change a community. The scooter glinted in the summer sun, a symbol of childhood innocence. 12-year-old Genesis Rincon, a smile on her face, steered down the sidewalk, carefree and full of joy. It was a day like many others in Paterson, New Jersey, where the streets were alive with the sounds of children playing. Kids played, music drifted from windows, life unfolded in a seemingly perfect summer day. But on this day, July 5, 2014, tragedy waited. A gunshot rang out, a sharp, echoing crack that sliced through the normalcy, shattering the peace. Genesis, her joyful ride interrupted, collapsed to the ground, her life forever altered. The bullet, astray from a distant dispute, had found its mark. Panic erupted, chaos ensued, people rushed to help, the innocence of the day shattered, replaced by fear and confusion. An ambulance screamed through the streets, a mother's worst nightmare began to unfold. At the hospital, hope flickered and faded, as doctors fought to save her. Genesis, full of life moments before, couldn't be saved. The loss was profound. Her family, their world ripped apart, huddled together, united by grief. News spread like wildfire, reaching every corner of the city. Paterson, a city accustomed to hardship, found itself united in mourning, sharing the pain of a lost child. A young life brimming with potential was gone, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. Genesis, they would say later, was special, a beacon of light in their lives. A bright student, a loyal friend, a loving daughter and sister, her presence was a gift to all who knew her. Her laughter was contagious, her spirit strong, leaving an indelible mark on everyone she met. But on that day the laughter was silenced, the spirit flown too soon, leaving a community in mourning. All that remained was the echo of a gunshot, and a community left to grapple with the unimaginable, forever changed by the loss of Genesis Rincon. Tears for Genesis. A community mourns, a family shattered. The loss is felt deeply by everyone who knew her. The church overflowed. Hundreds crammed into pews, spilled into the aisles, stood shoulder to shoulder outside. The sheer number of people was a testament to how many lives Genesis had touched. They came to say goodbye to Genesis, to share the family's grief, to offer their support in this time of unimaginable sorrow, to try to make sense of a senseless loss. Tears flowed freely, the air was thick with the weight of collective mourning. The sobs of Genesis's mother, her father's face etched with pain, resonated through the crowd. Their grief was palpable, a raw wound for all to see. Friends shared memories, their voices thick with emotion. Each story a reminder of the light Genesis brought into their lives. They spoke of Genesis's kindness, her infectious laugh, her dreams for the future, dreams that now seemed like distant echoes, dreams now forever out of reach. The funeral procession wound its way through Paterson, a city now cloaked in mourning, past the park where Genesis played, past her school, past the spot where innocence was stolen. Each landmark a painful reminder of what was lost. People lined the streets, heads bowed, some holding candles, others clutching flowers. The community stood together, united in their grief. A city united in sorrow, sharing a grief too heavy for words. The weight of loss was felt by all. At the cemetery, under a sky heavy with unshed tears, Genesis was laid to rest. The finality of the moment was overwhelming. Her favorite stuffed animal tucked beside her, a symbol of a childhood abruptly ended, a small comfort in a sea of sorrow. As the earth covered the casket, a collective moan rippled through the mourners. The finality of it all was too much to bear. The finality of it all, the heartbreaking reality of her absence, sunk in. Genesis was gone, but her memory would live on in the hearts of those who loved her. Seeking justice. The weight of grief in the halls of law. The pursuit of truth and accountability often comes with a heavy burden. The courtroom buzzed with a tense energy. Genesis's family sat on the front bench, their faces etched with grief and anger. Each expression told a story of loss and longing. Across from them, the accused young men, their lives now entangled with the tragedy. The air crackled with unspoken emotions, a silent battle of wills and sorrow. Accusations, denials, the machinery of justice grinding slowly, trying to make sense of the chaos. Each word, each argument, a step towards an uncertain resolution. Witnesses took the stand, their voices trembling as they recounted that fateful day. Their testimonies painted a vivid picture of the events that led to this moment. The defense argued, the prosecution pressed their case. Each detail, each revelation, reopened the wound in the hearts of Genesis's family. The courtroom became a battleground of emotions and facts. The pain of her absence, a constant ache, intensified with every court session. Through it all, Genesis's parents remained steadfast, their resolve unbroken. Their voices, though heavy with sorrow, never wavered as they demanded justice for their daughter. Their words echoed through the courtroom, a testament to their enduring love. Their strength, born of unbearable loss, resonated with those who watched the proceedings. The community rallied around them, offering support and solidarity. Even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, they sought accountability, their love for Genesis fueling their fight for justice. Their determination became a beacon of hope for others facing similar battles.